Recovery is the most underrated part of getting fit, staying strong, and aging well. For men over 40, the way the body recovers changes dramatically compared to their 20s. Hormone levels shift, inflammation rises faster, joints can be more sensitive, and stress from both training and life takes longer to bounce back from. Yet most men keep training like they did 20 years ago and wonder why they feel run down, sore all the time, or stuck in a performance plateau. The truth is that after 40, recovery is not a luxury. It is the foundation of consistent progress and long-term vitality. One of the most important things to understand is that muscle recovery is not just about resting. It is a combination of physical repair, nervous system reset, and hormonal balance. When you are younger, your body produces more testosterone, growth hormone, and IGF-1, which are key drivers of recovery. By the time you pass 40, these levels start to decline naturally. That means the same workout that once left you feeling fresh the next day might now require 2 or 3 days before you feel ready to train hard again. Here is the first mistake many men make, thinking that more training equals more results. In reality, at this stage of life, the ability to train often depends on how well you recover between sessions. If you keep pushing without proper recovery, you are not only limiting gains, you are increasing the risk of overtraining and injury. What you need is a strategy that allows you to train hard enough to stimulate progress, but also recover deeply enough to keep making those gains month after month, year after year. Nutrition is the first major pillar of recovery. You need enough total calories to support repair, but the quality of those calories matters even more. Protein is king for muscle repair, and the current research suggests that men over 40 benefit from slightly higher protein intake due to anabolic resistance, which is the reduced ability to build muscle from the same amount of protein compared to younger men. Aim for high-quality protein sources spread evenly through the day, not just one massive serving at dinner. Add to that anti-inflammatory fats from sources like salmon, walnuts, and olive oil, along with colorful fruits and vegetables rich in antioxidants. These help reduce oxidative stress, which is a major factor in slower recovery as we age. Hydration is another overlooked element. Water is involved in every single metabolic process, including muscle repair. Mild dehydration can increase cortisol, which is a stress hormone that slows recovery and breaks down muscle tissue. For men over 40, keeping hydration consistent throughout the day can help maintain energy levels and joint lubrication, which in turn reduces soreness and stiffness after training. Now let us talk about sleep. Sleep is where the magic happens. During deep sleep, your body releases the highest pulses of growth hormone, repairs tissues, and restores nervous system function. Yet many men over 40 struggle with sleep quality due to work stress, family obligations, or simply poor habits like late night screen use. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours is essential, but quality matters even more than quantity. This means winding down in the evening, keeping the bedroom cool and dark, and avoiding stimulants late in the day. Even small improvements in sleep can dramatically increase how well you recover from training. Active recovery is another critical tool. Instead of complete rest, low-intensity activities like walking, swimming, cycling, or light mobility work can increase blood flow, help deliver nutrients to sore muscles, and clear metabolic waste products. For example, a light 20-minute walk the day after heavy lifting can leave you feeling more mobile and less stiff compared to doing nothing at all. Now here is something that will surprise a lot of people. One of the most powerful recovery boosters for men over 40 is managing stress outside of training. The body does not separate the stress from your workout and the stress from your job or family life. It all goes into the same bucket. If that bucket is constantly full, recovery from training will suffer. Practices like breath work, meditation, or simply unplugging from devices for an hour can lower cortisol, improve sleep, and speed up recovery without adding more physical strain. At this point, you might be thinking that recovery is all about rest and relaxation. That is only half the story. There are also targeted training strategies that can make recovery faster and more effective. One is to cycle your training intensity. Instead of going all out every session, alternate hard days with moderate or light days. This gives your muscles, joints, and nervous system a chance to adapt without burning out. Another is to focus on proper warm-up and cool-down routines, which prepare your body for work and then help it transition back to a recovery state. Midway through this discussion, let us address something that keeps men from making real progress: the belief that slowing down means getting weaker. In reality, building recovery into your routine is what allows you to push harder over the long term. Think of it like a high-performance car. You would not floor the accelerator every single time you drive without taking care of the engine. Recovery is that engine maintenance for your body. Supplementation can also play a role, but it should never replace the basics. Omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, vitamin D, and creatine are among the most researched for recovery support. Omega-3s reduce inflammation. Magnesium helps with muscle relaxation and sleep quality. Vitamin D supports immune and muscle function. And creatine helps maintain muscle strength and energy during high-intensity training. For men over 40, CoQ10 may also be beneficial for mitochondrial function, which supports overall energy production. Recovery is not just physical, it is hormonal as well. Resistance training is still one of the best ways to naturally support testosterone levels, but without recovery, training can have the opposite effect and drive testosterone lower. Overtraining raises cortisol, and high cortisol suppresses testosterone production. Proper nutrition, adequate sleep, and managing life stress are all part of keeping hormones in balance. Another important piece is joint health. After 40, connective tissues like tendons and ligaments take longer to heal. This makes it even more important to include exercises that strengthen these tissues and to avoid repetitive strain. Techniques like contrast showers, gentle stretching, and soft tissue work with a foam roller can help keep joints mobile and muscles supple. Collagen-rich foods or supplements may also support connective tissue repair. Men in this age group often notice that recovery from injuries takes longer than it used to. This is why prehab, working to prevent injuries before they happen, is so valuable. Incorporating balance work, mobility drills, and core stability exercises can reduce the likelihood of setbacks that could keep you out of training for weeks or months. The mental side of recovery is equally important. Men over 40 often juggle careers, families, and personal goals, leaving little mental space for themselves. Taking time to mentally reset, whether through hobbies, nature time, or social connection, can make a significant difference in how quickly the body bounces back from hard training. The mind and body are deeply connected. When one is burned out, the other follows. One of the smartest moves you can make is to think in terms of training seasons. Just like professional athletes have off seasons to allow for deeper recovery, you can cycle through phases of higher and lower training volume throughout the year. This approach prevents burnout and allows for both physical and mental refreshment. Finally, remember that recovery is not passive. It is an active process that requires planning and consistency. The men who stay strong, lean, and energetic into their 50s, 60s, and beyond are not necessarily the ones who train the hardest. They are the ones who train smart, fuel their bodies, and respect the recovery process. Every workout creates a stimulus for growth, but the actual growth happens when you recover. If you are a man over 40 and you want to perform at your best, look at your recovery habits with the same seriousness you give your training program. Track your sleep, pay attention to how your body feels day to day, and make adjustments when needed. A small shift like adding one more rest day, improving sleep hygiene, or upgrading your nutrition can make a dramatic difference in how you feel and perform. Your body is not holding you back because of age. It is simply asking for a smarter approach. When you train hard and recover harder, you unlock the ability to keep building strength, muscle, and energy for decades to come. That is the blueprint for staying powerful, capable, and resilient well past 40.